mind giving us a quick tour of
Sure.
what things are?
Sure.
Walk us
So
through it.
it's very
Yes.
small, but it's very efficient, as you can
Yes.
see, right?
Yeah.
It was a custom-built truck. It was originally a taco truck that was never used, and then I bought it and converted it to a burger truck.
Yes.
So we have our fryer here. We have a flat top. I have a cold holding station. This is my hand washing station, and then my 3 sinks are under here, which I cover for service, where I do all my prep, right? All of my condiments. I have my stand-up fridge is here, right, which is great. I can transport everything I need. Service counter, more cold holding, and then I have another little butane burner here that I use to keep my miso mushroom gravy for my poutine nice and hot,
nice.
right? Another little fridge here as well. So it's efficient, it's small, right? But
Mean
yeah,
and
it
mighty.
works. It works, yeah.
Mean and mighty.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. What are you making today?
So I have a lot of burgers on my menu, as you obviously know, but I'm going to cook for you. Actually, let's do the portobello burger, because I use it's completely vegan. I do use Impossible meat as a kind of a replacement for the beef, right? But the portobello is nice. I just use a fresh portobello cap, right? So just put a little bit of. I like to start with a little bit of cream to get the portobello nice and moist, right? Cover it up a little bit, get it going. And of course, you got to toast your buns, right?
And these are vegan too?
They are vegan brioche, right?
Sourced locally?
Yes, yeah. I do use some food service suppliers locally as well, right? So the portobello takes a little bit of time because we're cooking it from raw steak, right? So
Tell us about the name, Dirty Vegan.
So I decided on the name because a lot of people associate veganism with like not tasty food, maybe super healthy, right? But veganism can be a license to eat French fries if you want it to be, right?
Yeah.
So,
I hear you.
So I wanted to offer something that was, fast food, that was like without compromise. So all the delicious sauces and like gourmet burgers, right? Because when you often go to a chain, you can get a vegan burger or a plant-based burger, but sometimes you have to compromise on the sauce, the cheese, right? All of the toppings that make a burger,
Yes.
right? So that's why. And dirty vegan is because, maybe it's a little bit dirty to have fast food, right? But at the end of the day, it's still a part of, it can be yummy and vegan, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, don't have to compromise on taste or indulgence.
Exactly, exactly.
All right. So, are you a vegan yourself?
Yes, I am vegan. I've been vegan for 3 years. I was vegetarian before that, pescatarian, right? So had my journey to get here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds
Yeah.
great. So, what prompted you to go down this path?
To become vegan,
Yes.
oddly enough, I used to work selling meat. I used to be a meat salesperson. Yeah, I used to work for one of Canada's largest food processors in food distribution, in sales, and that's really what got me on this path. Yeah, without saying too much, right? That's what it was.
All right. So, tell us about why a food truck.
So, I've always been in the food business. As I mentioned, I worked in food sales, and before that, I did my culinary certification, and I worked in restaurants. And I always said after doing food sales and restaurant consulting that I would never do it. And then one day I just decided, you know what, it's time. After I left the food sales business, I decided that I want to do this, right? And I threw around the idea of maybe a restaurant, but it was COVID, and it didn't seem like a very good idea at the time. So I thought, why not a food truck? Why not a food truck? So that's what I did, right? Went with the food truck, and well, here it is, right? So yeah, pressing down the patty just a little bit, and we're just going to give it a nice little. Oh, so yeah, just now. It's pretty simple, right? I keep it nice and simple. A little bit of steam in there to get it going.
So, how long has Dirty Vegan been around?
Dirty Vegan started April of last year in 2021 is when I purchased the food truck, and after all my licensing and everything, I got on the road middle of June. It took 2 months. Yeah.
So you're getting close to your first year anniversary.
I am getting close to first year. Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah,
I've learned a lot.
So what do your future plans look like, Marietta? What do you want to go? Where do you want to take the truck from there?
Good question. We're doing really well, and I think the logical next step is maybe a restaurant. So we're kind of throwing that around, right? A little fast food restaurant that we can, call Dirty Vegan, and then who knows, right? Maybe multiple locations. Maybe who knows? It's a dream. It's a dream, but you never know, right? So
are you a team of one?
I am a team of one. My husband, I couldn't do it without George. So caramelized onions go on this burger as well. So we top it with a little bit of caramelized onions. So I caramelize the onions as well. Sorry, at my commissary kitchen, I do that all a little bit beforehand. And this one here, I use field roast cheddar, child cheese. So again, throw a little bit more steam in there. My husband, I couldn't do it without my husband. He comes, he works outside, he's people facing, he's great with customers, he takes the money, he works the line. He's a big part of this as well, right? I'm in here, I do all the prep, and he handles that side. So yeah, definitely it's a 2-person operation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So tell us about who's your, not necessarily target audience, but typically what age group do you draw more than others?
I would say we're kind of mid-20s to all the way to 50s, 60s, that range and up, right?
Yeah.
And anybody exploring plant-based, veganism, wants to try something different, wants to support local, likes the idea of a food truck, right? So I think everybody is really our customer, right? We've had little kids all the way up to, senior citizens, it's 60, 70, 80, 90, you can start with such life, right?
So what would you say if somebody's tried your food for the first time? Have you ever received a comment or a compliment that
yes,
stood out?
it's so great. It's so great.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get people that they're like, "Oh my God, best burger I've ever had," or "That's the best poutine I've ever had," right? And we get that a lot, right? And I think it's just because I make all my own sauces from scratch, right? So I really try to make it unique and make it a little bit gourmet, right? So like I said in the beginning, no compromise, lots of flavor.
Absolutely.
Right?
So no compromise
Yeah.
brings me to my next question.
Yeah.
Where do you source your ingredients for? If you're able to share.
So yeah, I do source a lot of ingredients locally, right? I do use some local food service distributors for sure, right? So I buy a lot of things when I can. I belong to a local farm produce box. In the summertime, I get my produce from a local farm. Right now, that's not possible, right? But come summertime, that'll be happening again. But I do use local food service distributors here as well. Yeah. So,
I see you've got a line of condiments.
yeah, I do.
Here. What's your favorite condiment?
Oh,
If there was one that you couldn't do without.
Oh, you know what? I love these pickled red onions on my burger.
Oh, those are my favorite too.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So, just building the dirty portobello right now,
Yeah.
right? So standard condiments, and you can see the burger starting to look almost ready, right? Nice, and cheese is melted. Sure.
So what do we have here?
So here we have toasted brioche with some lettuce, some tomato. I have my dirty sauce, which I call it my dirty sauce, right? It's like a secret burger sauce that I make with a few extra ingredients.
Okay. We shall not ask more about it.
Yeah, no. And then the portobello mushroom cap with the caramelized onions, the melted chow cheese on there, right? This one gets topped with a few house roasted, pickled red onions, right? Get thrown on this burger. And that's the burger.
Awesome.
That's the burger. So, I mean,
That's pretty awesome. Well, you're not allowed to ask people who their favorite child is, but
vegans, when they wanted a burger, what did they do? You went for a portobello mushroom pack, right? So this is the old school vegan burger, right? So that's it. I'm gonna give that to you so you guys can try that and see what you think.
Awesome.
And yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you for making it for us.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm certainly supporting my wife with her incredible cooking skills, and she's too humble to admit that she has a gift.